Hey ho, day 8, fantastic. Welcome to the live streaming again. We've got Nat Wickham in the box with Tristan from New Zealand, and we're calling the Great Britain Under-23 women's game against New Zealand Under-23 women. This is going to be a ding-dong battle. Both these teams want to go into the gold medal playoff tomorrow. So it's day 8. We're getting towards the end of the day, and things are really heating up here. How you going, Tristan? Yep. Okay, we're back on the mic. All things going sweetly and tickety-boo. Tristan, how are you going then? Do you want to talk us through the New Zealand team?
New Zealand team, so sitting out this game, number 7, Zoe Jarvis, and number 8, Farah Brill-Holland. And just looking at the goal scorers there, I see Farah is the 3rd highest goal scorer, so she looks like she's having a rest. So maybe the Kiwis are a little bit confident here.
Oh, look, I don't think so. The last time they met each other in the single round robin, New Zealand beat Great Britain 4-1, but that's still a really close game. The last games that we've been watching, Tristan, they've just, there's quite a few that have ended up with even scores at the end, and finals hockey tends to go into extra time. I don't think either of these teams will be going into this easy.
Not at all. Obviously, New Zealand's been here before last time round in Spain. Obviously, they lost the quarterfinal and ended up coming 5th. So it's already an improvement on that event for New Zealand.
Yeah, absolutely. The last standings in Spain, Colombia at the top, the Netherlands 2nd, Great Britain 3rd, Australia 4th, New Zealand 5. So they're already, both these teams are setting up for a high finish on the table, which will set them up really well for the next World Championships in Sheffield in 2 years' time. So we're away. Oh, look, this time we've got the blue bathers again, Tristan. I find the light blue and the dark blue, they're fairly similar. We've got New Zealand in the light blue going from left to right, and we've got Great Britain going from right to left in the dark blue as black.
Yep, and GB there driving down the wall into New Zealand territory, about 8 metres out at the moment. Tied up on the wall, so hopefully it's not going to end up being one of these backwards and forwards driving down the wall games that finals hockey quite often delivers.
Yeah, absolutely, and both teams will just want to settle. It's the first minute into the game, and they'll be just sussing each other out, playing fairly safe hockey until they get settled, get their heart rates down a little bit, get that adrenaline out of their system. And soon you'll expect one of the teams to open it up and take a bit of risk and take that highway to the danger zone. And it looks like we've got a ref call. Okay. Gloving against New Zealand, and Robbie Kilpatrick, very able ref there with his lovely flowing locks and ponytail. It works for me anyway, Tristan.
Yeah, no, it's quite nice to see Robbie there in the pool, just relaxing. A good hit down there by New Zealand number 5. But it's still tied up on the wall.
Yeah, and as much as we can, we'll try and give you the names of these players. So we've got 5 against 5. We've got Gabby Steer against Becky Lord there, and it was a really good battle. Nice big flick from New Zealand. Unfortunately, we've got the refs, they've seen another infringement, and they're pushing back Great Britain back. And this is where it gets a little bit dangerous. So let's see how the New Zealand girls set up on their journey into the goals.
Yeah, you can just see they've turned the formation 45, pointing straight at the middle of the goal. So hopefully New Zealand can just settle it down and maybe get a drive on.
Yeah, that was a fairly square pass, and that girl was loaded. She was she was under pressure already by the Great Britain girls, but she managed to take it wide, curl it around, and again go up that corridor.
Oh, nice reverse curl.
Again,
Possession back with New Zealand in front of the tray. It's looking pretty strong here. If they can get the numbers, GB's breaking through. Second phase comes through. They've skipped it out wide.
Yeah, look, it's really tight, and a nice clearance out on the back wall from Great Britain, and it's advantage being played, and again, number 5, I think. So it looks like it will be a New Zealand puck. Yeah, so gloving against Great Britain. I thought number 5 for Great Britain, Becky Lord, I thought you were away, but the refs have pulled that up. It's New Zealand get another bite at the cherry, another take at the goals, the trough, the tray, the hole, the net, the bin.
Yeah, I just see the centre there signalling to a team, and so it looks like she's going with the V formation.
Okay, so explain the V formation for me there, Tristan.
I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I've seen the change in signal, so it looked like to me that obviously pushed 2 wide forwards up to kind of umbrella around the goal and then use the centre 3 people to charge. So
yeah, nice. Because it is the clearance area for the defence. They want to clear it back along the walls. So if you can have, I like your term umbrella formation, if they can just envelop the exits, so to speak, and then keep on channeling it into the centre, then there's more chance of getting a goal. That was a terrific flick, almost onto the tray. An advantage has been played for New Zealand, so they'll get...
great flick.
Yeah, that's...
Look, I think GB going to crack here by the look of it. They're just holding out. Here we go back to the advantage play.
Yeah, we haven't seen... here we go.
So penalty shot awarded against Great Britain.
So number 11, not looking too happy, Phoebe Stallman. Who have we got taking it? Nope, we've got Phoebe Stallman taking it. There's a lot of pressure on that player. Look, there's only an 80% chance that she'll be able to defend it because of course the advantage has to go to that attacking team. It'd be good to see who the 2 New Zealand girls are.
So number 9, Annabelle Fletcher-Jones, looks like she'll take it, and missed the forward. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, sorry, and Danielle Ritchie was the defender. Sorry, not Phoebe Stallman. So Danielle Ritchie, anyone at home watching, it's a defender. I think that's the first one, David, for you as well, that you've seen defended. Second one you've seen defended in this tournament. So let's look at this replay and a bit of live chat. Fiona Kirkby, thanks. Come on, GB girls. Rachel Bell, Emily Brule Holland. Come on, New Zealand. Colin Samuel online. Fiona Kirby, Morning Scally. Nice. And we're just going to looking at the overlay to bring up the goal scorer here.
Yeah, just a good hit down there by number 11 for GB on that replay. Anyway, back underway.
Late in the day. Yeah, get my act together. What was I talking about? Absolute dribble. Okay, we've got Hydro Underwater Hockey. Robbie would have to be the fastest ref in history, respect to all others. Nice work, Hydro Underwater Hockey. And thanks so much, Hydro Underwater Hockey, Liam Watson, for your $550, helping us bring this live stream to all around the world. I think 90 countries have hit on this one, Tristan.
That's amazing, isn't it? 90 countries. Considering we've only got 10 playing, that's simply...
Yeah, I think a few of those might have been mistake hits, but they're still hits nonetheless. So the ref's pulling up against... okay. Yep, ref timeout. Yeah. They'll just confer. Talking to a couple of the girls there, interestingly.
So I just see the ref here, and it sounds like...
Emma Pitchforth, I think, just having a little chat too.
Yeah, ricocheted off the stick and into the face. So the refs are just cautioned.
Right, okay, and that's a nasty thing when that happens, when it does ricochet and kind of rebound off the stick and into your upper body. It's not a nice thing to have happen. So equal puck, and we haven't seen many equal pucks throughout the whole tournament. I do like an equal puck because it's just such a fast descent to the bottom, and see what you can do when you get there.
Yeah. Anyway, so New Zealand just got possession here. They're just driving down that far wall. Obviously quite difficult to see through the visibility late in the day.
Yeah, look, thanks, Kilbraith. Go Annie Farah, Emma. Hello, David Jones, Sally Steer. Come on, New Zealand. And this is a wicked name, Kaylee Sabritsky Gordon. Let's go Faz. Now, the play's on the other side, and it's just going to and fro like a game of ping pong. And we just had a little breakout from New Zealand. She dodged, she weaved, and she worked some
a great pass there, right
candy
on the corner of the tray. Lots of stick candy. Great pass. Anyway, looks like it's in.
Yeah, pure sweetness for number 9 for New Zealand. Can you tell us a little bit about this girl, Tristan?
Annabelle Fletcher-Jones, so number 9. So looks like a great flick from the centre through to the forward.
Yeah, pure magic, pure sweetness, lots of candy happening in the water at the moment. And the New Zealand girls will be just saying, delicious.
Yeah, no, they'll come out... One of the tactics normally on as soon as a goal is scored, New Zealand tries to amp it up and come out on the strike really hard. It's such a trying to prevent relaxing, really.
Look, I really like that, Tristan, and it's such an effective mindset to be in for the team. If you've got those 6 girls in the water that realise after a goal's been scored or any break in play, go in harder, go in faster, because it always pays off. If you can then put it back in the tin or the tray or the goal or the trough, it just takes the opposition quite often by surprise, and you can sometimes just get that jump, can't you?
Yeah. So just a wide pass there from New Zealand. If they can get a break on, you'll find that the whole formation will literally get together and try and go on the fast break together as a unit. So looks like we're away here.
Look at that, blindsided from the sub bench. Oh, she would just not have known that was coming, and I thought she was away.
She was looking for her partner, the other forward partner there, and just didn't quite catch that the sub person was coming in.
So an effective sub, definitely an effective sub from Great Britain, and she's crossed it right across the pool, and now they're working their way down the wall. And you know, the players won't want it in this channel. It's look, I tell you, they've just made a little break there, crossing it across. It's so hard to work. You've got 12 girls in a really small space with the wall on one side. It's so much nicer in open court.
Yeah, well, New Zealand won't be minding too much being stuck in GB's attacking corner. Obviously 1-0 up, but we've got the referee's call.
Yeah, look, and looking at the stats for YouTube and the live streaming, we've got a timeout for the referees. So while they're having a little chin wag and deciding whether they want 2 sugars or 1 in their cup of tea, over almost 90,000 views on YouTube, 1 year and 137 days of viewing. So another equal puck, David. Another one.
Yeah.
Butted with their heads. Okay, and as Stu Parko would say, it's always nice to show a bit of love and get a bit of head action going, but you know, you can overstep that and then it becomes not very nice play.
Yeah. So back underway. Nice switch out wide here. GB have made a tackle. New Zealand's still got control of the position of the puck.
Nice. Beautiful double team there, Tristan. You could just see that setting up. She backed herself with that flick, knowing that a forward was over the other side of the Great Britain player, and it's really, really tight. Wow, she's like elastic arm. And number 3, great skills, the little Sunny as well from Australia. She's a bit like that, isn't she, Romy? Octopus girl, yeah, squid arms. Okay, so a big drive from Great Britain down the wall. It's in the middle of the court. It's in the middle of the pool. Equal distance away from both their goals, and it's just not going anywhere. So someone's going to have to do something a little bit magic.
Yeah, I think just watching here, Helen Payne there, second generation hockey player actually. So Helen's just getting onto the puck there. I'd like to see her a bit flatter actually. But I think just got to get the forwards a bit more into this game and just get their work rate up just a little bit more would be really helpful for New Zealand.
Yeah, looking at the goals for and against, so we can see their strengths and weaknesses. New Zealand have had only 6 goals scored against and 50 goals scored for. Great Britain have had 13 goals scored against and only 20 goals scored for. So obviously their attack for Great Britain isn't their strength, and New Zealand's defence is their strength. So this is going to be a really tough game, and I hope the coaches have, you know, not only just brought home the style of play they want them to play, but maybe a few berserker efforts, a few kind of crazy runs, and someone just to let loose and let fly and inspire the rest of the team.
Yeah. Also looking at this grade, New Zealand also had the most number of goals scored, nearly 2-1 compared to all the other teams. So when they get the attacking, I think when they settle down, if they can get another goal, and they might actually try and hammer it a bit more if they can, just to make it safe, really.
Yeah, and you can see the play has been a lot up in New Zealand attack. So we've had, a bit of a slicing the salami, a stick infringement, and New Zealand being pushed back. A few fresh subs in for Great Britain. Gosh, you've got to be quick on those subs, Tristan, because the refs are calling it so fast. So 2 players looking as though they've forwarded the puck and 2 players backing it up. They'll be trying to channel that in and stop it from spilling wide, and it looks like it's spilled wide.
Yeah. So obviously stick infringement was called against Annabelle Fletcher-Jones there, and it looks like we've just been able to slide it out to the side wall. We've got referee's call.
Yep.
Robbie's pointing at number 11.
Yeah, no throwouts so far. So number 11, Danielle Ritchie, she was the one that defended that 2-on-1, I think, from memory too. So well done, Danielle. But she's just had a little warning now, and we, like I said, we haven't had anyone in the sin bin yet. But if there's any more infringements, the refs will start to come down on that pretty heavily, and there'll be people out for a minute and then people out for 2 minutes, depending on the foul. So just a little, while there's a little break and new players coming in, have we had which team called the
timeout? Great Britain.
Okay, so timeout Great Britain away from the sub bench. the girls will just be sucking it in. This is a perfect time to call a timeout. I think in all the games that I've called, it's around 7 minutes that coaches think, hey, hang on, I need to have a few words in the shell like there and get these girls back on track. So for Great Britain, I'm just going to quickly run through the team there. Tristan, Emma Pitchforth, number 2. Ellie and Abby are out, number 3 and 4. Becky Lord and Shelby Stevenson 5 and 6 respectively. Lauren Asbit and Zoe Hyen 7 and 8. Alyssa Oates, Susie Beddoes 9 and 10. Danielle Ritchie, Fiona Maynard and Maddie Walker 11, 12 and 13.
Shout out to Hydro Underwater Hockey. Great looking after the New Zealand girls here. They provide a lot of gloves and sticks for the team, and also mouth protectors as well.
No, excellent. And Glenn would have fired up his girls. Thanks, Fiona Kirkby. I'm sure he's just really put a bomb up them and wants them just to have a ball terror of an effort, though. I don't know. Yeah, yep. So we'll see what happens after that timeout. Quite often when a timeout is called, the team that called it really lift and provide a bit of magic.
So New Zealand just opening it up. Large rush across trying to find the space. GB have made a good tackle.
Beautiful still.
Great from the goalie position and out to the wing. Now they've got a 3 on the wall and they're just driving and they'll start to try and open it up if they can here.
Yeah, they always go in nice pairs, the New Zealanders, and they know that they can just do a little swift square pass to stop the momentum, which is what they did. So another ref call against Great Britain. Again, slicing and dicing the veggies, stick infringement, pushing the girls back. New Zealand want to do something, want to really capitalise on this and move that scoreline along a little.
Yeah, they've had possession, they've had a lot of territory, they've just thrown it to GB and they've got a bit of a break. The wings just switched it out wide and just trying to feed through to the forwards.
Oop, under the table.
And we're just starting to inch into Great Britain territory, but GB have got the puck back.
Yeah, okay, so we've got a scoreline with 2 minutes to go. We've got a scoreline of 1 and the donut or the goose's egg. It's still really anyone's game, but Tristan, I think you'd probably agree that New Zealand seem to have a bit more control on the puck, and their setup, the girls are so regimented with their setup, they really know where each other are all the time, don't they?
Yeah, and great pass here, just trying to link to the forward. You just saw the forward stick just miss that puck, so now you can just see the wings lining up.
They are. Okay, so possibly New Zealand was swept right out to the side from Great Britain. They still got possession, but Great Britain doing the old windscreen wiper move and sweeping left to right. And what a great pickup! She came in reverse tackle position, going for a brilliant run. But as you can see in just in our foreground, there's a New Zealand girl going to cut her off. That she managed to be. They swam her down. So number 9 for Great Britain, Alyssa Oates. That was a mammoth. That was a Herculean effort.
Yeah, pretty difficult actually. I always consider when I watch the New Zealand games versus the opposition, quite often I see that they're just a little bit faster. So when they can get a break on, 9 times out of 10 they will finish it. Yeah,
okay. So what do you attribute the speed of the New Zealanders to? Is that because they come from swimming background? Is it because they do a lot of leg strength work in the gym, or is it their style of kick?
I think most of it comes down to the number of players we get to select from. So start to get 3 or 4 people who are quite quick, and therefore it starts to dominate.
Yeah,
and
look,
so
good
it starts
point.
to feed through. So there's a squad of 20 odd girls selected, and then obviously the final 12.
Yeah, absolutely. But just in contrary to what you just said, Tristan, we've got Great Britain have managed to power it down into New Zealand's defence. So let's hope that we can see a little bit of a burst out from New Zealand and see that leg candy in action.
Lots of kicking. Another call from the referees.
Yeah, lots of stops and starts. And where had that happen? That really crept up on us, Tristan. So 1-0, half-time. The girls will just heads down, breathing through their mouth chimneys as hard as they can just to slow that heart rate back down again and recover, ready for the second half. And they'll be talking, the coach will say, girls, it's still 0-0. It's still even scores. This is it's a fresh start. You can't be thinking of that goal that's already on the scoreboard or the goal that you're down. You've just got to restart, reset, remember why you're here, and remember why you play underwater hockey.
Yeah, no, it's I think the Kiwi coaches will be firing up. GB with Glenn, he's just moving in his lovely laughed raft.
Oh, yeah, talk it up, Tristan. What have we got? Describe it for us.
Well, it's just this, just a little dinghy with full of the water bottles there, and lovely turquoise undercoat.
Yeah, nice. And they've got a little lead for it, and they're all having a little squeeze and a touch of the dinghy. I think the more imaginative you can be with your receptacle. Yeah, what? Yeah, look, they have the under 19 New Zealand girls have it all in spades. I mean, it's their joker card, their receptacle for their drink bottles. They've got a frog mounted on a pram, so it's got wheels. It can travel on land. It can go in the water, and I think a pirate flag as well, David, and plus their flag. And the New Zealand. Yeah, I know. So under 23 women from New Zealand, lift your game. A few of you will still have another bite at the cherry in 2 years' time. So let's see a little bit of action from the water bottle receptacle. And Great Britain have got a pretty good with Eric the Elephant for the under 19s, and then we've got our little boat for the under 23s. Yeah, true. The Elephant went to Spain. Yes, the Elephant went to Spain. Yeah. Oh wow! So it's actually got heritage. It's got history and heritage. But the poor old Eric the Elephant, I think the coach might have squished him in the door of the bus, and so he was quite deflated towards the end of the competition. So I hope the coach got a big fine. So Emma Ray talking up her girls from New Zealand, and Glenn Schofield will be putting a bomb up Great Britain and saying, "Come on, girls, pull your finger out." Yeah,
well, 30 seconds to go, and typical semi-final, really tight. Only one goal in it.
Thanks, Rachel Bell. Nice pat in the back for us. Loving the commentary, guys. And we love your comments just as much. So thanks, Rachel. Yeah, keep it coming. 16 seconds, counting down. The girls have just had their heads down now, focusing on the puck. Let's see, Tristan, you did say that New Zealand like to come out traditionally really hard. 10 seconds. Really hard, really fast, and get the jump on the opposition. So let's see how Great Britain counteracts that. Great Britain out there first, but taking it laterally across the pool. Nice little sneaky flick back to her halfback, but she got caught with the puck there, and number 9, I don't know what else she could have done. Maybe she could have curled and brought it back in, but it was a nice thought, nice idea, but they were onto it like the proverbial.
So New Zealand have used that, and just trying to switch it here. We've got a break opening up. New Zealand can try and feed that through. They're now about 8 metres out from the tray.
Yeah, big push from New Zealand. But look, credit to the Great Britain girls. They have someone forcing the move on the puck, and then they have someone sitting just in behind, really tight. You've got to be tight on New Zealand because they have got super tight curls and lots of support. But they're in a really good position to counteract that. And Great Britain, I'd be pretty happy with your reaction to the New Zealand game, but it's time now, I think, that you also started to engage your style of play, because that's the only way you're going to score a goal.
So lovely what drive here from New Zealand.
What defence. We've got the refs would be calling it, and it looks like we've got
stick infringement against Great Britain.
Yep, okay, so back a second chance for New Zealand.
Must have been outside of the 3 metre circle. There's no penalty there.
Probably possibly playing advantage for a little while there. So right in front of goals, setting up, a couple of girls in front of the puck, massive flick, and it's bounced. If you can believe that a puck can bounce as well as a puck can bounce.
The referees.
That's goal. Did you see that? That was really nice, David. A nice deep, but probably a little bit too deep, and the girl was onto her. Okay. Right.
Right, we'll get to replay this penalty shot. See if we can do it again.
Oh, Danielle Ritchie. Can Danielle Ritchie do it again? Come on, everyone in the stands, get behind Danielle, because we haven't seen many defences of the 2-on-1s.
Yeah, I see the captain's taken over here from Annabelle, so Georgia Child looks like she'll take the puck.
Danielle stays. Straight in. So Danielle's style that time, just staying there, waiting for a knockdown, and it didn't quite work for her that time. But look, hold your chin up, Danielle, because defending a 2-on-1 is not a nice thing to have to do. And the advantage, of course, is always on the attacking team.
Yeah, so great tap-in by the look of it, awarded to Courtney Coughlin, and obviously her younger sister is the captain of the under-19 side.
Yeah, so we've got a little fat duck on the scoreboard there, buckle my shoe number 2, and we've still got the goose egg waiting to hatch for Great Britain. And fingers crossed it does hatch, because I know there's a lot of people up in the stands watching. The boys really get behind their girls, which is fantastic. And we do like to see a nice tight game. All right, so it's really, you know, when it goes over the other side of the pool, we can only, we rely on the cameras on the looking down on the pool, so we can see a little bit more of who's on the bottom and which direction the play's going. And there's a nice big push. It looks like trying to bring it out, and the refs have called it again. The 3 refs in the water, always in a good position to see what's going on. Okay, so against New Zealand, Great Britain. Against New Zealand, Great Britain have a chance just out off goals to try and centre that. Yep, good. They're taking it into the centre, looking for support. And, of course, New Zealand will try and swim it along that back wall and clear it. It's right away from the sub-bench now, and you can see all the girls in the sub-bench just heads down, watching what the girls are doing, because they can't get in and help at the moment. There'll be no subbing for a little while. And the play is working its way down the wall.
So still very tight, still 5 metres out from New Zealand's goal tray.
Yeah, fantastic. Look, if you're down at the pool and you need some underwater hockey gear, don't forget to make your way up to the back corner of the aquatic centre. Get yourself a glove from 6AA or Shark Underwater Hockey. Sergio and Amar will be able to help you out. And I know they're offering some specials and some good deals on their terrific gloves and sticks. So if you're here and you need some gear for the kids, pop along and put your hand in your pocket and, yeah, exchange some produce.
So stick infringement against Great Britain. So referee Robbie just marches them back the 3 metres.
Yeah, naughty girls, back you go. Setting up, we've got 2 girls in front of the puck, 2 girls.
New Zealand bring the puck over halfway.
Yeah,
big
nice
flick.
big flick. And she's been flanked there by a girl swimming up along the left-hand side, ready to support that drive. And she's got support behind her, ready to, I don't know whether she's going to cross it off the wall or just keep that momentum going. Okay, so now it's time to start throwing the players out. And that girl looks like she's been held together by tape. I don't know what happens when she takes the tape off. Maybe her arms fall off. But at the moment, she's swimming out, not quite sure which side to go to. There we go. 1 minute, number 8, Zoe Hyam. Suck it in. You'll be back in the water in very little time. But we expect to see some magic from you, Zoe. You've got to make up for that mistake.
This is a big danger time for Great Britain. They're going to really have to control this puck, keep possession, maintain it. And notice the Kiwis there just turned their 45. Looks like it's freehand use by New Zealand.
Okay, so the Great Britain girls, there's only 5 of them in the water. Zoe will be getting in fairly shortly, but you know, it's a tough ask already. They're 2-0 down. Sometimes teams lift that little bit more when they're down a player, so maybe, you know, we might see something pretty incredible, though New Zealand have just regained possession and capitalising on that. And another ref call.
2 minutes, number 2.
Yeah. Okay, so, my goodness.
So Emma Pitchforth joins number 8, Zoe Hyman, in the naughty chair. And
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Back in the water.
Okay. Yeah, so thanks very much, Liam Watson. You can see some of his gear being worn by the New Zealand girls, and another big plug, a shameless plug for his products. But look, we love you because you put $550 on the table for us for all this great
right in the tray
vision.
here. Looks like New Zealand steamed it in. Let's see what the referees are going to call. No goal.
No goal. Pressure's on. Reprieve for Great Britain, and they should be. There are 5 players in the water, David.
Look, for obstruction.
Okay,
So
she
Kirsty
swam
Burrows
over
goes
to
and joins the naughty
yeah,
cheer.
she swam all the way to the sub bench, gave the big shoulder shrug, and went, "Oh, you're kidding me!" She thought she'd got away with that, but nothing goes unnoticed here. We've got eyes everywhere. So she's out in the chair. Time to suck it up and get ready, Kirsty, for another big swim when you get back in the water. Okay, so things are really tight with 8 minutes to go. The girls will be feeling they've had 8 days of competition. They'll be starting to feel it in their legs. But this is where you really rely on the mental toughness and strength and just keeping the hockey simple, keeping it neat, keeping it tidy. Oh, another New Zealand player out.
So Rebecca Gartland takes a seat in the naughty chair to join Kirsty Burrows, and as expected, Coach Emma Ray calls the timeout to settle the troops down. Obviously, just going to give them some words of caution and get the game plan ready to play with 4 players in the water. So, unfortunately for Hydro, a few of your gear is sitting on the side of the pool, not actually being played with. It's a shame.
Yeah, so the old elbow action, flapping the wings there, the old chicken wings, and she's obviously been caught for that. There's a lot of love in the water most of the time, but and there's a lot of body contact. Most of it's just like, hey, how you going? Great to be in the water with you. But when you take that a little bit too far, then you join your friends over there in those white chairs, and it's not a place. It's not a place you want 2 players. 4 players is really tough.
Yeah. So 20 seconds left in the timeout.
Yeah, the girls, the coach didn't have to say too much to them. They just a quick couple of words and set up, girls, focus. We've got a massive crowd at the Aquatic Centre. Let's hear a bit of sound from that crowd. They're all sitting a bit stunned at the moment because it is still anyone's game. So Great Britain, you've got to take advantage of this. This is your big chance to get a goal in and hatch that goose egg and make a bit of a difference, because at the moment it really does look like it's New Zealand's have the better control. Oh,
great pass there, linking to the forward. This is great play from the New Zealanders here. It's a bit of a shame to me that GB actually took it down the wall there when they've got the 6-on-4.
Yeah,
I just don't understand that.
So it's 6-on-5. The odds are getting tighter now. So they've missed that opportunity with the 4. It's still 6-on-5, so they've still got to try to weave a bit of magic and get that puck in the goals. And it looks like we now have all in the water, David. Okay. So look, we're driving. That's what we want. We want the drive. Nice work. This is looking pretty tidy. Rebecca Gatlin's still sitting out. She'll be itching to get back in there.
So New Zealand gets the puck back and maintains possession. A big pass up, bit of a melee.
Yeah, exactly. New Zealand usually do have someone hovering, lurking in the background, ready to pounce like a tiger. And that's what she did, and she managed to change that momentum around. And now they're just plugging it out, working it out from the corner. Yeah, another infringement called. Let's see what the call is. Refs just looking towards each other and conferring, and it looks like pushback. Yeah, okay. So pushing the Kiwis back, giving the Great Britain girls a bit of a chance.
So illegal use of the free.
Yeah, so 6 against 5 here, Tristan. And let's hope they can capitalise. Let's hope they can do something pretty special with this. The New Zealand girls are super, super, super tough in defence, and they're going to be really hard to break through. And I think that was a forward that got there first and knocked it down, so they didn't even get a chance to connect with their forwards. So 6-6 again, Tristan.
6-on-6 and a good drive there. Obviously, New Zealand are well drilled playing with 4 and 5 players, and they also do a couple of times play with 3, so that they've got the plans in their mind of exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah,
it looks like there's a good break. If she just threw that pass, link with that
dangerous.
Forward.
She was just sitting ahead there.
Just got to.
But again, look, Great Britain have got someone lurking. They're just skulking around the back there, and they've got such a good depth in their team, in that they always do have someone covering. So nice cover, great pressure. That's, again, number 11, Danielle. I really do like the way you play. You seem to be quite instrumental in your team. Maybe, you've got another world champs under your belt. But good effort and a lovely, I reckon we've got a few subs happening there, David. Can you see there are players switching around near the sub bench there? Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Nice switch wide.
Oh, look at that.
Big pass. Can link up with the forward. Might be in the tray.
Yeah, look. It's going to be little flea, cup of tea, smack your knee. It's number 3.
Goal to number 5, Gabby Steer. So she's a Wellington-based player, but actually living in Dunedin for university. So
oh, cool. Yeah, nice stats.
I think even her mum's in the chat room, maybe.
Yeah, keep that chat coming. It's nice to be able to pass that on because with the live streaming through YouTube, these games are free. They're available all the time for eternity, pretty much. And yeah, your chats will be there as well as our chatter, I suppose. But we love the live streaming, and so pop your it's not too late to put your hand in your pocket and help us get up to that $10,000 mark. At the moment, we're just hovering around $5,000, so we're only halfway there, and we want to be able to use all this streaming equipment in Quebec, in Canada, in a year's time for the elites, and again in the age championships. So make it happen if you love the streaming. Let your dollars do the talking. Andrew Gaskell. Whoa, Gab. Nice support. What's this? Sorry, baby, found the enter button. Fiona Kirkby. I'm perplexed.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what the enter button is. Oh, I see. I know. I've got it now.
Yeah. Thanks, Emma, for correcting me. I forgot she was, I think, from memory, doing engineering in Canterbury University.
Okay, streaming down. These girls, they got a sniff. They actually got a sniff of that highway to the danger zone and, swoop past the tower. But, again, the play was pulled up and the momentum was lost. So how much time we got left? 2:50. Oh, dear. It's looking at that 3 is just getting further away and that door is slowly closing for Great Britain. So, yeah, look, keep it up, girls. We want to see some good tight hockey right to the final siren.
You know, the New Zealand girls won't let this off the hook now with less than just under 2 minutes shortly to go.
Yeah, they'll keep on pushing. They want to get the goals on the board. Knock on the door. They want to get to number 4. Yeah, I can't see them slowing down. They've kind of hit their straps and they're away. So we've had pretty tight games this morning, Tristan, that we've found out who's going into the gold medal playoffs and who's playing off for bronze. And there's been a few upsets in the under-19 women's and men's. The top-seeded New Zealand and South Africa both have been toppled and will be playing off for bronze, not gold. So that was a bit of a surprise. And the puck has landed. So the eagle did not land. It's coming back out.
Yeah.
So the Brits calling a timeout. I can only imagine what the Great Britain Glenn Schofield is saying to his girls with only a minute and 1:49 remaining. It's not impossible, but it's pretty unlikely. So maybe he's going to say to them, girls, let's just let's play our hockey. We've practiced certain moves. Let's try them. Let's get them right. So when we finish this game, we can pat ourselves in the back and say we didn't react to New Zealand. We actually got control back and played our style of hockey.
Yeah, he'll be talking to them, trying to get their heads up. New Zealand will just keep the dominant position. They'll be happy here to try and score another goal, but if they end up in the corner, they'll probably just leave it there.
Yeah. So who's got the puck here? The refs are setting, pushing New Zealand back. Yeah, that's
yep.
So Great Britain have the puck on the it's fairly centre in the pool there, Tristan. I think, isn't it? It's not. So they'll probably want to take it to the wall and drive up the wall because they've had some success with the wall. Counting down and time on. There goes the gong.
Minute 40 to go.
Yeah, terrific. And thanks everyone for the sponsors for the underwater hockey. We've had Wing & Co, Way to Go. We've had the Tasmanian State Government, of course, Tourism Tasmania, and the Doon Kennedy Aquatic Centre. Okay. We're getting right to the pointy end here. A gloving call from New Zealand.
Gloving call looks like chief referee.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's actually Great Britain been pushed back. New Zealand I'd expect these girls to really lift here because they're going to have the adrenaline's going to be back. They would be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. They know the door has closed on Great Britain, so they'll really want to, like Tristan, like you said, they want to stamp their authority and get ready for the big playoff tomorrow for the gold medal.
Absolutely. These guys obviously done a great job through the round robin, going through undefeated. Obviously this game sticking with the seedings. Just working it around just on the far side of the tray.
Yeah, minute 16 to go. They'll be just pushing. It'll be a whole team push, so I can see someone lurking.
See the offside wing popping into the tray there to help out if possible.
Yeah, so you'd expect to see New Zealand coming up against the winner of the next game, which is South Africa and Colombia. Colombia finished at the top of the table for the under-23 women's at the last World Champs. So that's going to be an interesting game. And a big push, plopped it in, bing!
So 48 seconds remaining. Fourth goal is
number 2, tickety-boo.
Kirsty Burrows making up for being in the sin bin. So
yeah, exactly. So knock on the door, stamp the floor, number 4, and we've still got the goose egg, and it's almost over, Red Rover. Yeah, look, the next game, South Africa-Colombia, that's going to be super, super tight. We hope you stay with the stream to see who your girls are going to be playing against tomorrow. So Great Britain girls will play the losers of the next game, and New Zealand will play the winners. And we're just counting down the last 20 seconds. Tristan, thanks so much for coming into the comms box. It's always nice to have a little chitter-chat with you, and it's nice to have your insight into the New Zealand girls and how they're playing.
Yeah, no, it's great, and I think everybody's happy. So obviously we've got 2 girls teams now through to the grand final, and the junior boys are playing off for third. I think we've still got another nervous game to go from a New Zealand perspective with the under-23 men.
Against France.
Against France. So that's obviously that grade is so hard to predict what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we'll bite our nails and hopefully we'll get through, and hopefully we end up with 3 out of 4, what isn't too bad. So.
Yeah, no, that's great, Tristan. Okay, well, yeah, stay by your phones, your tablets, your TVs, whatever, and we'll catch up with you again. Nat Wickham saying ta-da, and see you later, Tristan.
Thanks, Nat. Bye.